Hey guys, welcome back. So last time what we did is make this move uploaded file code actually move the temporary file into our videos folder like this. So this is the temporary file, and what we're going to do now is take this file, insert the details into the database, so the name, the description, the privacy settings, things like that, and the actual file itself will be converted to MP4. This one is already MP4, but if we upload a video which isn't an MP4, we're going to convert it to MP4. And just to refresh your memory, we're going to be converting to an MP4 because that's a widely supported file type by browsers, because not all, in fact most video formats aren't supported by all browsers. For example, if you use any of these formats, the chances are one or more browsers aren't going to be able to play that video. So we're going to convert it to an MP4 because pretty much all browsers support this, okay? So no matter what format they upload it in, we're going to convert it to MP4, alright? But before we do that, we're actually going to insert the video details into the videos table, which we haven't created yet, but we'll do that. Okay, so go up to your upload function, and then inside here, you can go ahead and get rid of this echo. That was only there just for us to just see if it worked. And actually, while you're here, you can even delete this this temporary file. So I'm going to delete that and send it to the trash. We don't need that. So if this code here does move the file successfully, it means that this code inside the if statement is going to execute, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is create the final file path. So up here we've created a temporary file path, but in here we're going to create the final file path. And the difference between this one and the one we're about to create is the one we're about to create will be the final path, so the one that we will always use to reference this video from here on out. Whereas this one up here is just a temporary one, okay? Because remember, this temporary one can contain a file type which is .flv, one of the file types that we don't want to support. So this final one will contain the MP4 file path. So let's create our variable, final file path equals, and we can say target dir, which is our variable up here, which is the path to the videos folder, so uploads videos. Then we can just go ahead and say unique ID, which is the same thing we called up here, which just generates a unique identifier. And then finally, just go ahead and add another string, so .mp4, okay? So this is going to be the file path. It will look something like uploads/videos, and the name of it will be some number or some unique identifier .mp4, okay? And then what we need to do is actually insert this data into the videos table, which we haven't created yet, but we're going to do that very shortly. So we're going to say if not this arrow insert video data, like that. And again, this is a function we're about to create, and it's going to take two parameters. The first one is going to be video upload data, which is the variable we passed into this upload function, which contains the file data that was submitted from the file input right here. So it comes from that. And the second parameter is going to be this final file path. So final file path like that, and great. So like I said, we haven't created this function yet, but we're about to. But if the code in here executes, it means that this failed. Okay, so it didn't insert correctly. So what we need to do is just say echo insert query failed, and then just return false. And obviously you wouldn't want this error message on your actual site, because the user isn't going to want to see insert query failed, because they won't know what that means. But we're going to put that there just so if something goes wrong when we're coding this, we get some clues as to where the issue is, okay? So put this in there now, and then when the site goes live, you might want to remove these error messages, okay? Anyway, let's create this insert video data function. So right at the bottom, I'm going to create a new function, private function, and it's called insert video data, like that. And remember, it took two parameters. The first one was going to be the data for the video itself. We can just call this upload data. And then second parameter was the file path, okay? So file path, there we go. And all this function is going to do is just execute a SQL query which inserts the data. That's it. But before we do that, we obviously need to create the table. So in the next video, we're going to create the videos table, and then we'll finish off this insert query.